I've been really blessed and so fortunate to have time with Cory in my life. He's a human being where you have so many amazing qualities put together, you just wouldn't think that it would fit in a person. Sometimes you see people that are gifted in one or another area or ability, they're just super gifted and they're kind of known for that. With Cory, he just exceeds in so many areas, super exceeds, yet it's still in one person. I'll give you some examples, and I'll start with his intellectual gifts. When he was 4 and I would be driving him here and there, he would ask me questions and I wouldn't be able to drive and answer them anymore. Because normally you can have a kid in the car and you can talk to them and sometimes even get into it a little bit and slightly distracted. But with Cory, he would ask you these kinds of questions where you would have to stop the car, find a safe place to stop the car, and like discuss it for a minute or two, or think about it for a good minute and a half before giving an answer. Here's one example. Cory was really, really interested in physics when he was 4. He wanted to know the hardest substance on Earth, even at a theoretical level. And we started with steel and brass and then moving up to diamonds and whatnot. But he wanted to know what was harder than that. And he would ask me these questions that were really getting into theoretical physics. I'd have to go online and research and come back and give him answers. He'd ask me more questions, and then at night I'd be at the house or wherever looking things up on the internet. And it finally got to the point where I was reading physics journals. And then it finally got to the point where I was asking UCLA physics professors questions about this kind of theoretical substance. And Cory had an operational understanding of advanced physics, like PhD level physics. And finally, the answer we came up with the help of UCLA physicists, professors, was the hardest substance was laser shocked ions arranged in some kind of special matrix states. Okay? And Cory understood it. It wasn't just that he parroted the words, he understood the physics behind it. Another example is when he was 4, he would be patient enough to listen to you read advanced high school level or college level books that are 150 pages long or whatnot with no pictures. You read him the book from beginning to end. Sometimes he's there playing with his cars or whatever he's doing, playing in the sand at the beach. And 2 months later, you could open the book and go to any page and read the first 3 or 4 words of the page. Cory would recall by memory the rest of the book word for word. Not only the right tense for all the words, but also he would read it with feeling. He would speak the dialogue or the narration in a way where he understood the human aspect and human emotion behind it. Allison from next door, Dustin Hoffman's daughter, she would come over and bring her friends over just to watch Cory do that. And one time she was saying, "Oh my God," she's like, "Cory, you're going to make me cry." And she was already near tears. I could see that. But I'm using her response as an example because I was with Cory a lot. And I was kind of used to what he could do. But sometimes seeing how other people responded was a reminder of how crazy it was. Like there's neat, there's cool, there's amazing, there's great, and then there's just crazy. And Cory was like crazy with his capabilities. But Cory's also not like one of those nerds like that are just super smart. He is athletically gifted, and one time in the art
Stop
room.
one little second. He is a nerd, and he is not smart though.
See what I mean? There's just people like me that are just like nerds who aren't really smart and just aren't like Cory. Not everyone can be like Cory. Some kind of quantum effect happened when God made us all, and Cory just got gifted with all these extra things. So,
one more thing. His grades are F+.
Only a few of them, and no one has to know about that except us. The art room in Malibu, really, really high up.
Which is Malibu, the word is in the rock sand salt.
Ooh. Art room, window really high up, really, really high up. It was just architecturally, that's how it was built, extremely high. And a hummingbird got stuck in the art room, and it didn't know to come down and then fly out the door. It was just kept trying to go out the window, the sunroof at the top. And there was this rickety, broken ladder. It was really, really high, but it was also not stable. And I didn't want to go up the ladder. I knew I would fall. And I wasn't sure how I was going to reach it anyway, because as tall as the ladder was, it still wasn't high enough for anyone to be able to obtain the hummingbird. Cory goes up the ladder, and I know he's going to fall because the ladder is broken, and it's shaking and wobbling and doing that thing. I don't know what it's called. It's like, basically it's completely unstable. It could have just folded over. Cory went all the way up the ladder, and he stepped onto those top steps where those warnings are telling you not to step on it or you'll fall. If you step, there's pictures on there just to remind you. Cory stepped on them, on the ladder that's already broken, really high up. He had to so that he could get high enough to reach the hummingbird. He not only went to the top step on a broken ladder, and I was just waiting to catch him. And at that height, I knew it wasn't going to be so much a catch. It was more going to be just breaking his fall, and we're both going to get really hurt. And then I was going to get in trouble for letting him go up the ladder. But he puts his hand up and leans over to the corner where the hummingbird was hovering. It was flying. And then gently puts it up to the hummingbird so the hummingbird sits on his palm. How do you do that? How do you have that kind of muscle control? And then with that one hand holding a hummingbird on his hand, he descends down the ladder. The balance and agility he has is just not believable. I wanted to get it on video. I love to take video and pictures of things, but
he was too late.
I was too scared. I knew he was going to fall, so I was going to be taking a video while I knew he was going to fall down. He comes down. The hummingbird must have sensed Cory's energy and was just sitting there and just seemed really comfortable and watching Cory.
Actually, maybe he had a magnet on his hand and there's a magnet on the hummingbird.
Okay, so that's what it is. Either Cory has amazing energy that hummingbirds are very sensitive to, and it knew that Cory was a very kind and amazing, gifted person, or there was a magnet, as Emily said, in the hummingbird and on his hand too. Whichever explanation it was, he walked out the door, art room door outside with it, and then when the hummingbird was ready, it just hovered there, kind of gave a thank you nod to Cory, and then it flew away.
And the railroad was so loud.
Maybe because the cat's on the cage. So those are a few of the many, many experiences with just Cory, but I had all of them with Jordy and Allie and Ken and Kitty.
It's not.
It
was Lexi who flew to the floor, and then Rose was on the floor, and he was biting the cardboard, and then Lexi flew to the floor, and just woo, woo.
Allie got a video of Roro a few weeks ago, so you can see how he's doing, the cockatoo.
The video, he edited it. So he's bad at making Roro say stuff. And when I say hello, Roro say hello. And when Cliff says hello, he's like...
Doesn't talk to me, huh? Because birds and hummingbirds can sense energies. So, Cory, I'm so proud of you for graduating, and I know that you're the person that changes the world. You've changed my life completely already, and I talk about you to everyone every day. It wasn't a coincidence that yesterday I was talking to Grace about you for like 20 minutes, and then later that afternoon, Jordan contacts me. He's like, "Let me make a video for Cory," and I was thinking, "Oh, that's so cool. I was just talking about Cory this morning," and then I thought about it some more, and I thought, well, it's not really like that kind of cool. It's more that I'm really talking about Cory, Jordy, and Allie all the time, so it wasn't that much of a coincidence. I realized that after thinking about it. Cory, you've already changed my life completely, and I know that you'll change the world, whether you intend to or not. But whether you change the world or not, in different ways, the most important thing is that you continue to be happy, and I really hope that you're happy every day. And if you ever have a day you're not happy, you should text message me, call me.
And say funny stuff about Clifton.
Say funny stuff about me. And email, Google Hangouts.
And be mean to him.
Ooh, I bet there were some days Cory was a little mean sometimes.
Yeah, he's very bad at texting. He's just Japanese. He does not use his ABC or the Dvorak.
You think I'm Japanese?
Yeah, you use the way to use you do it with Japanese.
Cory, Jordy, Ali, Ken, and Kitty, love all of you and miss all of you every day. And hit me up.